Hello friends, and welcome to Storytime with Teacher Julian. Today's book, well, let me start it off like this. Have you ever been somewhere where somebody has done something and you're just like watching them and you're like, oh, that was so great. And then you go and you say, oh, that was so good, yay. That's called applause. So this book that we have today is called Bravo, Chico Canta Bravo. And what that means is that they're clapping, they're applauding what this mouse is doing. Okay? Bravo, Chico Canta Bravo. This book was written by Pat Mora and Libby Martinez, and the pictures were drawn by Amelia Lau Carling. You can see on the cover, there is a mouse that is leaping in the air, clicking his heels together. Well, there's a beautiful butterfly and flowers and leaves all right there. Okay? So, keep that in mind. All right? Bravo, Chico Canta Bravo, and applauding. Okay? Let's get started. So our book, Bravo, Chico Bravo, this little mouse right here, he lives at the theater along with his mouse family. They live near the theater as well. And his mom likes to talk in theater talk. So she will use a lot of those words. And our friend Chico Canta likes to talk just like her. So in this book, they do theater things, and there is a cat involved. So, you know, mice and cats. Well, let's see what happens in this book, okay? Let's get started. Bravo, Chico Brava. That's the title page. And look, there's a little cricket right there with a drum going along. To my friend Patsy Aldana, respected publisher, editor, and international literacy advocate. That's this one. And next, to Bill and Sissy, who love all creatures great and small, especially small. It's this one right here. And for Isabel Kaile and Nathan Kuncho. So that's a dedication page. They thought highly enough of these people to dedicate this book to them. Chico Canta and his mouse family lived in an old theater. In their cozy home, they listened to orchestras play, to actors and actresses sing, and to audiences clap. Sometimes the audience clapped for a long time, shouting, "Bravo, bravo," in Italian, which meant that they liked the show. So applauding is clapping. They're clapping and they're whistling and they're letting the stage people know that they enjoyed the show. So you can see right here, this is the theater. Sometimes people will put on a play. Sometimes people will show a movie in a theater. So have you ever been to a movie? Yeah, that's a theater. With you have people sitting in the audience and other things going up on stage. So that's what a theater is. And then when they're speaking Italian, Italian is a language. Like we speak English right now. I'm speaking English, but they're speaking Italian. It's also a place, Italy. Hurry, hurry, pronto, pronto, sang Miss Canta. Tonight we're going to see the play, The Three Little Pigs. She clapped her hands together and sang, "Let's form a line. Una fila por favor." Miss Canta, who was round as a top, liked to sing and to speak many languages. English, Spanish, and Italian. Mrs. Canta spoke to animals too. She could speak cricket, spider, and moth. Mrs. Canta loved to see her 12 children line up from tallest to smallest. One, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Where's Chico? Not again, sighed Chico's 11 brothers and sisters. Where is Chico? There's 11 of them there. But no Chico. Tiny Chico Canta was never where he should be, at the end of the line. Sometimes he was sleeping in his little bed. Right there. Sometimes he had crawled into a cookie jar. Sometimes he was hanging from the lampshade. Chico, sang Mrs. Canta as everyone scurried through the house, opening cabinets and looking behind curtains. Chico was on top of the hat rack. Chico Canta, said Mrs. Canta. There he is on top of the hat rack, just waking up. So when it says right here that the mice were scurrying, it means that they were running around. They were chasing, looking all over for little Chico Canta. Chico climbed down and ran to the end of the line. All of his brothers and sisters frowned, and one of them pulled his tail. Yoink! They pulled his tail. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Chico Canta is number 12. Dressed in her prettiest dress, Mrs. Canta peeked out of their house to make sure that the kitten, little Gato, was not close by. Little Gato, who lived in the theater, looked like a small orange tiger. Quickly, the Canta family scurried up the stairs. So there's Mrs. Canta looking out. There, Gato. That means cat. And look, there are the mice scurrying. It's like they're running. With their friends, the crickets, spiders, and moths, they decided to watch the curtain rise. The lights twinkle and the musicians play. They laughed when the 3 little pigs built their houses out of straw, sticks, and bricks. Chico pretended he was a big bad wolf and tried to blow his sisters and brothers over. Chico Canta, whispered Mrs. Canta. She put her foot softly on his tail so he couldn't run around. Chico smiled and then tried to blow her over. When the play ended, the audience clapped a long time. The Canta family clapped too. Bravo, bravo, everybody shouted. There's Chico Canta, pretending he's the wolf. And there's Mom, being very gentle. And there is the theater stage. A big bad wolf, one of the pigs, and this is the audience. With all of the clapping, the Cantas did not hear little Gato moving closer. Meow, meow, said little Gato. Eek, eek, squeaked the Cantas. Hurry, pronto, said Mrs. Canta. The Cantas ran as fast as they could. Little Gato was right behind them. Chico was ready to blow little Gato over like the big bad wolf. But just in time, Mrs. Canta picked Chico up and carried him into their safe home. Whew. That night, Tucking each of the little ones into their beds, Mr. and Mrs. Canta sang softly, Dulces sueños, sweet dreams. Chico yawned and sang, Dulces sueños, sweet dreams. Bilingual, said Mrs. Canta. Bravo. So when she says bilingual, it means that Chico Canta can speak two languages. He's speaking English and he's speaking Italian. Right? Because it says dulces sueños, sweet dreams, and then in English, sweet dreams. So he can speak both. Now, let's see the beds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 beds for 12 mice. All right, looks good to me. The next morning, the Cantas began practicing. They liked to put on their own plays for their family and friends who lived in the theater. Mr. Canta, a fine tailor and carpenter, whistled while he sewed costumes and built scenery for the new play. The Three Little Pigs. Mr. Canta sewed a wolf costume, 3 pig costumes, 3 flower costumes, and 4 tree costumes. He also sewed 1 very tiny sun costume. So let's see. A wolf, 3 pigs, let's see, 3 flowers, 1, 2, 3, 4 tree costumes, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 11, and then 1 sun. That's 12, just like 12 mice. Bow wow, growled Chico. I'm going to be the big bad wolf, right, Mama? Wolves don't say bow wow, laughed one of Chico's brothers. Dogs say bow wow. His other brothers and sisters giggled. How smart you are, Chico, said Mrs. Canta. You can speak Italian, Spanish, and dog, too. Little Gato Gato would be scared of you if you growled bow wow. Chico's brothers and sisters giggled again. There they are, sewing up all the costumes. Trees, the 3 pigs, flowers, and the big bad wolf costume. I do believe he's making a sun costume, the tiny one right there. We have a special part for you to play, said Mr. Canta. I love special parts, said Chico. We know you do, said Mrs. Canta. Mr. Canta showed Chico the post he had made so Chico could be the tallest mouse in the play. Chico put on his sun costume and climbed to the top. Chico's brothers and sisters looked up at him and smiled. Chico beamed. There they are. They're in the big bad wolf costume and the pig costumes and all the trees. But look at Chico Canta way up on top. Everybody's looking at him. When it says that he beamed, it means that he smiled like that, and he just like made himself like radiate, like it's a big deal that I am the sun. Every day the Cantas practiced the 3 little pigs. Mrs. Canta directed their animal friends. She whispered, chirp, chirp, to the crickets who played the music. She whispered, psst, 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 to the spiders who raised the curtains and moved the lights. She whispered, whoosh, whoosh, to the moths who practiced leading the audience to their seats. Chico liked to help Mrs. Canta direct. He whispered, chirp, chirp, psst, psst, whoo, whoo, whoo. Bilingual, said Mrs. Canta. Bravo. There's Mrs. Canta and Chico Bravo talking to the insects. Finally, it was time for the Canta family and their special night. They invited all of their relatives who played in the theater to see their play. Grandmothers, grandfathers, aunts and uncles, first cousins, second cousins, third cousins, and fourth cousins. They did not invite little Gato Gato. Mrs. Canta whispered, "Zzz, zzz," to the fireflies to turn on the flashing sign. She whispered, "Whoosh, whoosh," to the moths for everyone to take their seats. She whispered, "Chirp, chirp," to the crickets to start playing the music. She whispered, "Psst, psst," to the spiders to get the stage ready and raise the curtain. It looks like the insects have a big responsibility to do things. "Let's form a line. Una fila, por favore," sang Mrs. Canta. "I have one big bad wolf, 3 little pigs, 3 flowers, 4 trees, and," Mrs. Canta said, "where's my son? Where is Chico?" "Not again," sighed Chico's brothers and sisters. Mr. Canta found Chico smiling at himself in the mirror. When the curtain went up, Chico Canta waved to everyone from his perch. He bowed and said, "Buenos noches, everyone." "Good evening." He raised his hands and directed the audience, who answered, "Buenas noches, good evening." "Bilingual," said Chico Canta. "Bravo." So there he is, looking at himself in the mirror. He can see himself as a sun. And there he is up on top. Now when they say he's on a perch, it means that he's like on something that he can stand up. Like maybe at the top of a ladder or a top of something that they built. Like sometimes we stack crates up so you can stand up on top. That's a perch. Yeah. The play started, and the audience laughed and laughed when the little pigs built their house out of straw, sticks, and bricks. On his perch, Chico began to look around. He looked up, he looked down, he looked to the right and to the left. All of a sudden, in the shadows on the other side of the low wall, Chico saw something move. While everyone was laughing at the big bad wolf, Chico saw something coming closer and closer. Now everybody's watching the play. These people are in the audience and they're looking at what's going on. What do you see right behind them? And look, there's Chico. Look where his eyes are looking. That's right. He's looking right back over this direction. "Eek! Little Gato Gato!" yelled Chico, pointing at the shadows. "Bow wow!" growled Chico in his loudest voice. Then quickly, directed by the audience, who growled, "Bow wow! Bow wow!" Look at Gato Gato's face. Little Gato Gato jumped and ran away as fast as he could. Everyone clapped for a long time. Chico bowed and bowed. "Bilingual," everyone cheered. "Bravo, Chico Canta, bravo." So when it says that he bowed and bowed, it means he was like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." It's like you're leaning over at your waist and making your head go down. It means you are honoring the audience, that they're clapping for you and you are saying, "Thank you, I appreciate you." That's what he's doing right here. He's in this sun costume and he's bowing. The end. And there is the last page, the back of the book. Bravo, Chico Canta Bravo. I think he deserves a round of applause, right? Yay! Yay! So I have a question. You know, I see that in the book, all the other mice are always where they're supposed to be. And yet, Chico is always somewhere else. I wonder why he's never with the group of other mice. Does he think he has other things to do? You know, first time everybody was together and he's asleep in his sleeping spot. And then another time they're getting ready and he's over there looking at himself in the mirror. Why do you think he does that? Why was he looking at himself in the mirror? Do you think he was proud of how he looked? That he wanted to see how everybody else would view him? Oh, I think so. Another question. So you see, everybody had a part in the play. You know, you had the big bad wolf and the mice and the flowers and the trees, and yet the littlest one, Chico Canta, they made him the sun and put him up the highest, the tallest out of everyone. Why do you think that the mom and dad did that? Do you think it was because he was the smallest mouse? They wanted to give him a bigger part? Mom and dad were always saying they were very proud of him because he could speak to, he was bilingual, right? And they always said, oh, bravo, Chico Canta. Like they were very happy of what he did. Do you think that's why they put him up on the perch? It could be, right? We see at the end of the story that Chico is very proud. Why do you think he's proud? Think back. You know, they were doing the play. He was standing up. He was the sun. But then what did he do that made him feel like that burst of pride? Could it be that he used his bilingual speech to scare away the cat and to have everybody else scare away the cat? Do you think that would make him proud? Would you be proud if that happened to you? Something to think about. All right, friends, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this book. I really enjoyed reading it for you. Until next time, I will just say goodbye.